So everyone, good morning. Just to show you what my class looks like for the first month of school. As you walk into my classroom, I've got written of my desks. They're all along the walls of my classroom. I'll just pan over here. I've got some more desks over here, and for the most part, they're all here. And what I've done for my intermediates is have them sit on the chairs, like so. I have two groups. I have a group of 12 here and another group of 12 students here, and the front of my classroom is over there. So I have a small alley, small divider between the two groups, so if I want to play a game, I can immediately have these teams in two groups and play a quick game. So this is the way they've been sitting for the last month of September. So my first month is simply to teach language, and we gesture. I teach them vocab and context, and the kids gesture with me. We do play games just to change it up a bit, and do other activities as well. But for the most part, for me, it's all about teaching language. And all my students, as most of you know, or should know, all meet me out here in the hallway. So no one is allowed into my class without my permission, and before we do a small entry routine. So the kids usually line up at these lockers. From here all the way down, we do an entry routine that may last about 30 seconds. And then I'm at the door. I'm standing right here where my finger is, and I greet my students one at a time, and I invite them into my classroom. And I always tell them bonjour. They have to say bonjour back to me as a sign of respect. I greet them, they say hello, and as they walk in, I remind them bonjour et parle en français. Bonjour et parle en français. Bonjour et parle en français. So because of the entry routine, I'm trying to recondition them that once they cross this magic line, which is the doorway, as soon as they walk into the classroom, there's not one word of English being spoken. So I tell them, if you can't speak French, you don't speak at all. It's that simple. And I remind them, if you cannot speak French on your own, like monsieur, then you don't speak French at all as you walk into the classroom. You wait for my instructions. I often tell them while I'm doing the gesturing, do as I do and say what I say. And I don't want any conversation between two people talking to each other about the beautiful girl that just moved into or came to the school, or the hot guy that's sitting beside them. I don't want any type of conversation like that. It's all in French, and that's the way it is. So just to pan quickly across my classroom, I've got some verbs up here. I've got all my rap rules that I'm going to teach over the year. They're all up here on the big wall, and I'm very fortunate because I have my own classroom. This is my word wall for Salut mon ami. I've put all the words sort of in order that I will be teaching or the kids are going to learn. And lucky for me, I have my laptop, and I also have a projector that I use to do all my work on the big screen. Okay, I've got a set of speakers. When I play music, it's loud. When I play the play, it's loud. So I want the kids to really get emotionally involved in the learning. And finally, I've got my bag of les pinces, which is what I call them. They are clothesline pins, or whatever you call them, clothesline pins. And I use this as an incentive to get my kids to speak French. They all take 2 or 3 as they walk into the classroom. These represent points for their group. So I'll probably show a video later on of that. So there you go, my classroom for the first month of the school year. Intermediates, grades 7 and 8 here at Glacian Public School.